up, you guys? My name is Tamika. We're all stuck in quarantine, and that kind of sucks, but today we're going to be looking at ways we can interact with the community and others around us without even leaving our houses. So, we're going to be diving into A World of Hearts. And I don't know if you guys have seen it in the Fargo community, but if you drive around, I'm sure you'll see Hearts downtown and in other businesses and stuff. And it's just like, I'll show some examples too of like some amazing ones that have been going around. And it's just people coming together doing this simple thing from home and just saying, you know what, we got this. We got it. We're going to get through it together. And I think that's really cool. So we're going to be incorporating that into our sketches. And today we're going to be focusing on hatching. So, what is hatching? It's a way of shading your drawings, which is super simple and easy, but it gives some really good results. So we're going to be looking at that today and jumping in now. Alright, so hatching is a way to create value in your drawings, and today we're going to be talking about cross-hatching first. So, this is shading in an area with intersecting sets of lines. And this creates texture in the drawings within spaces that we created value. So, cross-hatching is the most common method of hatching, drawing hatch marks and another set of perpendicular on top, and it's the quickest and most common way of doing this. So, for example, you just draw these, and perpendicular means just turn it 90 degrees and just do it the opposite way. So you get this cross pattern. You could just keep doing that. And let's say you're cross-hatching something and the value is down here. So it's darker down here. And you just cross-hatch that. And then you can also just do it really thick. You can do it really thick or really spread out if you want to create like a lighter drawing. Like that. Ooh. So, like that. So this would obviously be darker than that. So this is like you want more lines within a smaller set of spaces to create that density and that value. All right, next on the list we have parallel hatching. So versus cross hatching, we don't do this and then turn and get that. That's not what we do. So what we would do on this one is you have straight lines, just sets of them on top of each other, and you can touch them. So you can just do like this. You can spread them out if you want a lighter mark or really close together for a darker one, like that. So, for example, let's see this one a little nicer. And you see how I'm starting to get that curve? I'm not really watching out for my picking up my pencil that much, so that is not what you want. You don't want something like this. That's not what we're looking for right there. So let's try that again. So we do just lines like this, and then other ones beneath it. So it's just sets of parallel lines on top of each other, like that. Right, and then, so this one's just like cross-hatching, except it's fine. I actually don't have a super fine tip pen or anything, but you can use the same thing on this if you just make sure to do smaller lines and closer together. And then you just do that the opposite way. And it's okay if they touch. It's okay if it's not perfect. Like, you're not a machine, so you're fine if they touch. So what you're going for is, on fine cross-hatching, you'll see these tiny little squares right here, here, just all over, compared to cross-hatching, where you have these larger squares. So you want this with fine cross-hatching and this with just cross-hatching. All right, and then next we have contour lines. So these are lines that follow the contours of the subject or object. So let's do a nice example of us drawing a coffee mug. Okay, got a simple one there. So you'd follow that curve. So let's say the light was shining down from there. So this part would be the darkest since the light's hitting up here. So we'd get the dark spots over here, and you're following the curve of the cup. So you would start over here, get that curve in there. So for example, more rounded cup. More rounded cup, we would go and then you could go in following the shape of the object, going up. You can add more lines for the darker spots. So continuing that rounded thing. So you just keep going, and eventually you'll have something like this. So if the light was shining down this, that spot would be more dense, and you'd have less lines over here and more over here. So this form of hatching is called tick hatching, like the bug. So this one is actually just short parallel strokes, and they're so small and short you can almost pile them on top of each other for the density. So for example, if you had these, you could do that. Just small ticks of your pen or pencil, not our long ones that we were talking about before. So just cross that out, just small ticks. And you can pile them up. Oh, there's another thing where I'm doing that. So be wary of that. Just small ticks. You can overlap if you need it to be darker, because more lines equal density. So just keep doing that. Small ticks. Just make sure they're like half of that, not these big ones. Completely different. So just your small ticks. Pile them up. Like that. And that's tick hatching. You're gonna fold it in half. Make sure your sketch is on the outside so you can see it, so you don't cut out any of your beautiful artwork. And then you fold it. It's fine if it's not perfect, it doesn't have to be centered. And then you can take pencil and make a starting point here and wherever you want here. And what you'll do is you'll take that, connect it to the top. And then after that, you'll take your scissors and cut along that line. And it's a little wonky, but it's not bad. But if you really want to, if the top of your heart seems a little funky like mine is, just go back grab your scissors and then make sure you're not cutting your sketch. And you can just snip that off. And it makes it a little better right there. So it's more defined now. So yeah, so you just keep doing this with all your sketches and then you'll hang them on your window to participate in that project. This is the finished product of mine hanging up. I wanted to put my drawings facing inside so I could admire them. But you guys can turn yours towards the street too so other people can see them. But in the end, I ended up doing my milk jug, a cherry, a coffee cup on a plate, my plant, and my eyeball. So on all these you can see that I just switched up which ones I was using. Use multiple on each, so you can just mix and match them until you get what you want. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums up my little lesson I planned. Continue working on your sketches and using all these different forms of hatching, and have fun hanging those on your windows and being a part of this community project. So thank you for watching, and stay home and stay safe.